That was the effect of 80 powerful AVM.
The Hot Advanced Jet Trainer was inducted into the Indian Air Force in 2004. The aircraft are of British origin and many variants are in active service in several countries all over the world. Besides training, the
second part will start at 12:30. Now may I request Air Marshal Jagjeet sir, Senior Vice President AFA, to welcome the August gathering.
Jai Hind. On behalf of President Air Force Association, I extend a very warm welcome to all of you who have taken all this trouble for coming from far-off places like Greater Noida, Ghaziabad, Faridabad, and some remote places in Gurgaon, plus tough traffic in Delhi to come and attend this AGM. This is our 44th AGM, though we have completed 45 years. In between, one AGM was not held during the Corona period. As per our routine and the laid down program, we start the program with a wreath laying ceremony at the National War Memorial. And we had gone there in the morning at 8:45, 9 o'clock, 9:10 was the wreath laying ceremony. Wreath was laid by President. I'm really very happy that a large number of veterans came from Ghaziabad and Faridabad, Noida and Greater Noida. Thank you very much for those who took this pain starting very early in the morning. For those of you who have not visited the National War Memorial, I will request all of you to make some effort and go and see there. It's a wonderful piece which has been generated by the Government of India for our veterans, especially for those who laid down their lives for the nation. Each one of their names are written. In fact, now all 30 days in a month there is a ceremony held for the families of those people who have laid down their lives. One particular day is reserved for the Indian Air Force also, and it's done in a very organized matter. So I will request those of you who have not visited to go and see the National War. It's for all of us to pay our homage to those people who have who laid down their lives for our country. We are living so comfortably because of them. I would like to at the same time appreciate the efforts of Gurgaon branch AFA, where they went as a team and visited the National War Memorial one of the days. If required, we can make the arrangements for that. You will all agree with me that we as members of the Air Force Association are getting a lot of support from our parent service, that is the Indian Air Force, and we continue to be a part of them. Like in the next part of the meeting, you will see Chief and Vice Chief and all PSOs attending, and Chief himself will be addressing the audience. So as we continue to be a parcel of the Air Force, so we will also start our today's function with the Air Force song, which has been a source of great inspiration for us. When we play the song, the wording will be displayed on the screen in front of you. I request please all of you to stand up for the Air Force song and sing along loudly.
देश पुकारे जब सबको दुख सुख
Please be seated. Please settle down. Okay, I would like to inform all of you that we're very happy to inform that our membership base has crossed 1 lakh this year. Now we have got 1,07,000, approximately 1,07,000 members. Of course, some members departed also. During the last AGM and today, we lost 175 of our members. I know that's a big loss for the families, personal loss for the family, but at the same time, that's a big loss for the veterans fraternity also. And to remember them and pay our homage to them, may I request each one of you to stand up again once. We'll observe a 1 minute silence. Please be seated. Well, as of now, we are exactly proceeding as per our schedule for the day. I won't take much time. I would now request Air Chief Marshal Chaudhary sir, our President, to come and address the members.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Very warm welcome to all of you on the occasion of the 44th Annual General Meeting of the AFOS Association. As the Senior Vice President had just mentioned, it's a matter of pride that our strength is growing over the years. In the last 1 year alone, we have had about 2,100 veterans, air veterans, joining this association, and like I said, taken our strength to the mark of 1,08,000 members now. This occasion is a time for us to be able to share our ideas, to put across what developments and plans we have for the air veterans, and to hear from you all as to what needs to be done to take the trajectory of the AFOS Association on a steep upward scale. On our behalf, what we are doing is, through all our branches and chapters, we are encouraging a large number of air veterans who have not yet become members of this association to start enrolling for membership. The benefits of being a member of this association are known to all of us sitting here, being members, but it is up to us also now to encourage those who have not taken membership. The amount for getting an annual membership is very small. It is not going to make a big hole in anybody's pocket to pay up for one annual membership. The benefits that you accrue are something that needs to be explained to everybody here. I also propose to take up with the Chief of the Air Staff and the PSOs in a separate meeting to see if we can make this membership mandatory for all those who are retiring from service. So it's a moot point, a debatable point, but we can discuss this and I'll do so in my forthcoming meeting with the Chief. The financial health of the Air Force Association has been quite good. The overall growth rate has been almost 9.43% in the last 1 year. This has been reflected in the consolidated balance sheet and the income expenditure statement that is available for all of you to see. It is there in the been published in the latest edition of the Air Force Association magazine, which was issued in September 25. There has been a long pending demand or request for creating more senior citizens homes for air veterans in other metropolises also. So this effort has been going on for many years now. We've carried out demand surveys very often. We have interacted with the state governments to obtain land either free of cost or at a concessional rate. But many obstacles have been encountered. We hope that we will be able to overcome these obstacles and set up at least one more senior citizen home for air veterans in the cities of either Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore or Chandigarh. This is where the maximum demand as of now exists. I do hope that, in the coming years, something will fructify and we shall get this project going. We are open to suggestions. We have had ideas of having joint ventures with some builders, with the state government itself, and so on. We are willing to listen to more ideas to take on this thing so that it fructifies finally. Next issue is about the donations to the Air Force Association. To make the Air Force Association self-sufficient in terms of finances, in managing the activities, the large number of grants that are given, the large number of scholarships that are given, we need a regular source of income. In the last financial year, we received almost 3.25 lakh rupees of donations from air veterans, from our members itself, which is really appreciated, and we do hope that our gratitude to all the people who have donated is sent across to them in an appropriate manner. Last year, or year before last, when I was still in the chair in the office, we started giving a grant of 38 lakh rupees annually to the Air Force Association. This is continuing, and I do hope the amount may even rise in future, but this is a substantial amount that will ensure the running of the association. Last year, the Air Force Association President had mooted the idea of starting a lecture in the memory of late Marshal Harjinder Singh. What we realized was that on his birth anniversary, which is on 15th of April, there were no events held to commemorate the great icon of the Indian Air Force. So we had started a lecture in his memory. Initially, it was taken on by other organizations like the USI, but then the Air Force Association had said that let us do it ourselves. We will honor the icon. So this year, we had the first lecture in his memory. It was given by the Honorable Raksha Mantri, Sri Rajnath Singh, and we hope that this will continue as a regular feature in the calendar of events in New Delhi. Along with this, we decided to have 2 more memorial lectures in memory of 2 great icons of the Indian Air Force. One is Baba Meher Singh. So we will have a Baba Meher Singh Memorial Lecture in Chandigarh and Harjinder Singh Memorial Lecture in Kanpur. I also propose to start one Air Chief Marshal Latif Memorial talk in Hyderabad starting from this year only. What we have to understand, all of us, is that the Air Force Association and all its office bearers here today represent the welfare arm of the Indian Air Force, which handles the welfare of veterans. We provide significant support, both financial, moral support, to all those retired personnel and their families. This hand-holding approach by the Air Force Association, it reflects our commitment for holistic well-being of the community, especially the veterans and the Veer Naris, the widows. What we have been doing will be covered in detail by the Secretary in the following session. However, a few things that I would like to touch upon. Firstly, the financial aid. We have provided grants, pensions, emergency financial support to needy veterans of families and deceased personnel. We've been having the monthly assistance scheme for widows. Widows with no source of income at all. They have been receiving monthly financial assistance to cater for their basic needs. We have been helping out in legal issues, documentation issues, particularly to those related to ECHS schemes and some other legal cases also. The Veteran Outreach Program in association with the Directorate of Air Veterans is carried out regularly, and annual reunions, get-togethers. These are occasions where we honor the octogenarians, the nonagenarians, and of course the get-togethers, they strengthen the bond between all the veterans and the serving personnel in those localities. And let me assure you that the Indian Air Force as an organization will ensure that no veteran or their family is left behind even after retirement. This commitment of hand-holding by the Indian Air Force will extend well beyond active service, reflecting the deep respect they have for the air veterans. So here, I must also compliment the office bearers of the Air Force Association headquarters, all of them who are sitting here on the stage, as also those in all the branches and the chapters. They have put in selfless service. They have dedicated themselves to continue to work for the betterment of Air Force Association and to provide welfare activities for all the air veterans. So with this I hand over to the Secretary to take the proceedings further, but I request you all to give a big round of applause to the office bearers who have done so much of work. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the nice words. May I now request Air Vice Marshal Amit Tyagi, Vice President AFA, for presenting the annual report of AFA. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
ख्वाहिश नहीं मुझे मशहूर होने की, आप मुझे पहचानते हैं, इतना ही काफ़ी है. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I, AVM Amit Tyagi, veteran, on behalf of President and Team AFA, extend a very warm welcome to each one of you. It is truly a sight to behold, seeing so many stalwarts of Indian Air Force at this juncture. Each one of you is a living character, living chapter of our Air Force's glorious history. And together you form a galaxy of courage, service, and sacrifice. As we come together at this AGM, let us remember, this is not merely a gathering, but a reaffirmation of unity and purpose. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all and to take this opportunity to share highlights of the significant developments and initiatives undertaken by the association over the past year. On 15th September 1980, under the patronage of Marshal of the Indian Air Force, Harjinder Singh, DFC, AFA was established. Hence, on this day, we pay tribute to our brave hearts and conduct AGM, which also provides an opportunity to strengthen the bonds of comradeship and brotherhood between veterans and serving personnel. AFA acts as an interface between various government departments and retired Air Force community to address their problems. Before I start the formal part of the report, let me begin with recalling a moment of great significance. Our last AGM was held on 20th September 24, which was presided over by Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Bhaduria. During his tenure, Air Chief Marshal Bhaduria provided exemplary leadership and championed the cause of veterans at the highest levels. His commitment ensured that
our concerns were heard, respected, and acted upon. On behalf of all members, we express our heartfelt gratitude to him for his dedicated service to the AFA and the veteran fraternity. It is with pride I inform you that on 30th September 24, the mantle of leadership was passed on to the Air Chief Marshal V.R. Chaudhary. He also simultaneously assumed the chairmanship of the Marshal of the Air Force and Mrs. Arjan Singh Trust. We warmly welcome Air Chief Marshal V.R. Chaudhary and look forward to his vision in furthering our shared mission, honoring our legacy, fostering unity, and enhancing veterans' welfare. Number of queries related to pension, family pension, error in EPPO, and other documents, etc., are received from air veterans and their families. AFA is making earnest efforts for getting these queries resolved and taking all the possible steps as to reach the logical conclusion. In this regard, AFA is maintaining regular interaction meetings with DAV. Since last year, Honorary Flight Lieutenant N.K. Chabra, Joint Secretary of AFA, has been frequently visiting DAV to facilitate expeditious clearance of pending cases. This initiative has resulted in enhanced satisfaction of veteran fraternity. In addition, we have requested DAV rep to visit various branches and chapters to facilitate veterans to resolve their issues. We are grateful to PDDAV as the same has been agreed to, and the proposed quarter-wise visit plan is as shown on the screen. PDDAV will cover the relevant aspect in his presentation. At AFA, we keep on receiving various cases of medical reimbursements, claims from the veterans and their families, which are taken up with ECHS effectively for necessary action. Many of them have been resolved to the benefit of the members. AFA is also in close touch with the ECHS through regular interaction and meetings. During the recent meeting, updates on ECHS-related aspects and various new initiatives undertaken to address the concern of air veterans were shared. These are shown on the screen. On 1st November 24, Government of India, Ministry of Defense has accorded sanction for establishment of 23 new polyclinics, including 2 polyclinics in Nepal, and upgradation of 50 existing polyclinics. Out of these 23 new polyclinics, 7 have been operationalized already. Home delivery of ALC medicines. This project pertains to supply of medicines to the ECHS polyclinic, including home delivery of medicines to the beneficiaries who would take online video consultation through eSehat OPD. The pilot project has already been started in Delhi NCR with effect from July 25. This is mainly for the veterans above 70 years of age. To address genuine needs, maintain quality, and optimize resources, ceiling limit for empanelment of HCO in a city has been removed by MOD. The online empanelment of private hospitals has already started with effect from 11th April. This would improve efficiency and transparency. Bhumi Pujan ceremony for construction of permanent building for polyclinic at Chhapra was held on 15 July 25. Dr. Nitin Chandra, Secretary MOD, and Major General Manoj Natarajan, MD ECHS, attended the event. Major General MPS Gill, GOC Uttarakhand Sub-Area, along with Professor Meenu Singh, CEO and Executive Director of AIIMS Rishikesh, inaugurated the ECHS counter on 10 July 25. It's a major stride towards enhancing quality healthcare for ex-servicemen and their families. The clearance has been obtained to set up a new polyclinic at Noida Sector 21. process of setting up has already been started. Air Force Station Hindon has been tasked to establish the same. I'm hopeful the PC will be operational in near future. As on date, we have 22 AFA branches and 42 chapters. It is heartening to mention that your organization is vibrant and growing. As approved by President AFA, one new branch at Lucknow has been opened. Branch President Air Marshal Amit Tiwari and his team are facilitating welfare and participation of veterans residing in nearby districts. Further, a chapter has been opened at Gwalior, which was inaugurated on 15 July 25 in the presence of Air Marshal Jagjit Singh, Senior Vice President AFA. Group Captain Chansoria is nominated as the Vice President of this new chapter. Efforts are in hand to open a new chapter at Bagdogra and AFA West Bengal branch, and another at Jaipur under Rajasthan branch. This would facilitate welfare of air veterans staying in nearby districts. As you are aware, the AFA membership is optional. I am very happy to share that AFA has now crossed the milestone of 1 lakh veteran members. Veteran Air Commodore Jaspreet Singh is our proud member to have the 1 lakh number. We congratulate him for joining this growing and vibrant community. As on date, AFA has 1,08,556 members. Details are as shown on the screen. Till September 24, retiring airmen and NCs were not being issued with any iCard as a proof of identity by the Indian Air Force. Last year, considering the inconvenience caused to the veterans due to ongoing security scenario, President AFA discussed the issue with the CS, and it was decided that all airmen and NCs retiring with effect from 30th September 24 will also be issued an iCard. During the AGM held on 15th September 24, Air Chief Marshal V.R. Chaudhary, the then CAS, had himself handed over the new iCard to MWO Ashish Ghosh. For the veterans who have retired before 30th September 24, Air Headquarters is pursuing the case with Kendriya Sainik Board for the issuance of the veterans ID card by Air Force itself, rather than the veteran approaching Jilla Sainik Board. Coming to the annual events, AFA head office has 3 main annual events: annual general meeting, felicitation of Delhi-based octogenarian and nonagenarian members, and memorial lectures for eminent air veterans. As I had mentioned earlier, that every year AGM is supposed to be held on 15th September, being the raising day of AFA. Due to unavoidable circumstances, it is difficult to adhere to the exact date of 15th September. Last year, we were fortunate to conduct the meeting on 15th September. Some of the photographs are shown on the screen. To increase and motivate the veterans, there has been a practice to honor our octogenarian and nonagenarian members when they attain their age of 80 years and 90 years respectively. This is carried out by respective branches. For the Delhi-based members, this task is undertaken by AFA head office. On 2nd February 25, we have honored 39 members, 35 octogenarian and 4 nonagenarian, at a function at an Air Force Station, New Delhi. Further, if you recall, last year, on the request of AFA, Air Headquarters has issued a directive to felicitate the veterans achieving 100 years milestone. Towards that, on 21st April 25, Centurion MWO Harjinder Singh Nutt was felicitated by AFA head office and AFA Noida team at his residence at Modi Nagar, Uttar Pradesh. Another Centurion veteran, MWO GC Roy, was also felicitated on 1st August 25 by AFA West Bengal branch at Kolkata. AFA has requested Air Headquarters to involve rep of the co-located AFA branches in this activity, as the branches will have data about the members in their respective AOR. I would urge the members to forward the details of any veteran whom they may know in this category about to reach 100 years in the near future. AFA has so far been having lectures in the memory of 3 eminent air warriors: late Air Chief Marshal P.C. Lal, late Air Chief Marshal L.M. Katre, and late Flying Officer Nirmaljeet Singh Sekho, PVC. As a new initiative to honor the legendary Marshal of the Air Force, Arjun Singh DFC, AFA has launched the memorial lecture. The inaugural lecture was held on 23rd April 25 at this Air Force auditorium only. Honorable Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh delivered the keynote address paying rich tribute to the visionary leader. The lecture opened with a 1-minute silence in the memory of the victims of the Pahalgam terrorist attack on 22nd April, which claimed 26 innocent lives. The Raksha Mantri strongly condemned the act, calling it extremely inhuman, and assured the nation that every necessary and appropriate step would be taken in response. His powerful words brought both reassurance and resolve to the grieving audience. Dr. Arvind Singh, son of the late Marshal, was requested to attend the lecture. He could not attend, but announced an additional rupees 50 lakh donation to the Marshal Arjun Singh and Mrs. Teji Singh Trust. Building on his father's earlier contribution of rupees 4.25 crore. 2 veterans, Group Captain Karan Singh Bhati and Wing Commander Sareen, were felicitated for their long continued association with Marshal and for their pioneering work in establishing the trust. The event was well attended and appreciated by many, including those who viewed it online. Earlier, on 15th April, the Marshal's 106th birth anniversary was commemorated with unveiling the bust of the Marshal at Senior Citizen Home, Tughlakabad, marking a befitting tribute to the towering military icon. Another new initiative to honor AVM Harjinder Singh. On 26 January, a statue of veteran Air Vice Marshal Harjinder Singh, PVSM MBE, was unveiled at AFA Kanpur branch by veteran AVM Kapil Rajdan. The ceremony was attended by senior officers of Air Force Station Kanpur and large gathering of veterans and families. Let us take a moment to remember this towering figure in IAF history. Starting his career in 1932 as a Hawaii Sepoy, and he rose to become AOC in Sea Maintenance Command in 1955. His life continues to inspire generations of air warriors. Shortly, a memorial lecture will also be conducted by AFA Kanpur branch. In addition, we are also in the process of commencing Baba Mehar Singh lecture at Chandigarh. As you all are aware, AFA is publishing a magazine, Eagle's Eye, twice a year, that is in March and September. The same was being supplied to approximately 19,000 lifetime subscribers. The lifetime membership subscription of rupees 1,000 has been stopped. In a move towards efficient and cost-effective communication, the AFA magazine has transitioned to a digital-only format for most of the members. This change follows the discontinuation of India's book post service and the rising costs of printing and postal delays. A limited number of printed copies are being still supplies to libraries, ECHS clinics, canteens, and to the veterans aged above 75 years. All members now receive the magazine through their branches via email or WhatsApp. The magazine is also available on AFA website, Facebook, Twitter account. AFA website was partially operational due to various technical glitches. Now the revamped web page has been launched. The provision to apply for membership online and donations has also been incorporated. Further, the login facility to each member is also being worked out, which will facilitate updating address and email ID, etc. of members by themselves, should there be a change. We have a fully functional senior citizen home at Tughlakabad, where 74 rooms are available. In the offsets category, there is a waiting list, while two rooms are vacant for allotment in the airman category. AFA head office has been actively pursuing a case with Air Headquarters for having at least one more senior citizen home. The proposed places are Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad, or Chandigarh Tri-City. To acknowledge the appreciate the good work done by the veteran members and office bearers, the CAS has consented to award 3 appreciations every year. The screening committee constituted for this purpose had recommended 3 names: Group Captain K.K. Kundu, West Bengal branch; Ram Iqbal Ram, Lucknow branch; LAC SM Naushad Khan, Kerala branch. They are present here today and will be felicitated by the Chief of the Air Staff during the later part of the meeting. Similarly, 3 veterans have been selected for the appreciation by the President AFA. JW KS Raju, Tamil Nadu branch; Sergeant Maheshwar Behra, Odisha branch; HFO Jassaram, Rajasthan branch. The biennial Governing Council meeting with branch presidents was held on 7th and 8th December 24 at Jaswant Hall of Air Force Station, New Delhi. Under the chairmanship of President Air Force Association, the meeting was attended by 19 branch presidents and their reps from all over the India. Meeting was also attended by the Executive Council of the AFA head office. Important points discussed are shown on the screen. Few glimpses of the meeting are as shown on the screen. The MOA of AFA was last revised in 2019. Considering the 5 years periodicity, same has been revised. The revised 6th edition was released on 7th December 24 during the branch president's meeting by President AFA. As mandated, the Governing Council meeting of AFA was held on 19 August 25 at AFA head office under the chairmanship of President AFA. Meeting was attended by the Governing Council members, which comprises of 2 elected and 5 nominated members. 2 special invitees were also present. Points discussed are shown on the screen. Photo of the meeting as it is flashed on the screen. To have real-time interaction and appreciation of environment, AFA head office office bearers have been visiting various AFA branches and chapters. Details of visits undertaken during the last year are shown on the screen. In addition, Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Badhuria also presided the Sainik Samman Samaroh held at nearby district Thapur. He was accompanied by Vice President AFA head office. These visits to environment have resulted in enhanced participation and motivation of air veterans. Coming to the welfare schemes, AFA and MAFT, Marshal of the Air Force Trust, offer various welfare schemes for veterans and air warriors. These are shown on the screen. Different categories of scholarships are as shown on the screen: professional, non-professional, class 10th to 12th, and classes below 10th. AFA provides 117 scholarships and MAFT 53. During the last year, a total of rupees 30 lakhs were disbursed for the scholarships. Details are as shown on the screen. Now, various types of scholarships as are shown on the screen. MAFT sports awards have been rationalized and increased from 3 to 7. Details are as shown on the screen. Marriage grant for marriage of daughter of widow members, maximum amount of rupees 31,000 is given. The widow has to be a member, AFA member, for at least 2 years if her husband was not a member. Last financial year, rupees 1,24,000 was disbursed to 4 members. IVF treatment grant is provided to air warriors and veterans after 3 failed attempts at service hospitals. Maximum amount is rupees 1 lakh. Last year, we disbursed rupees 4 lakhs to 4 beneficiaries. Certain other initiatives undertaken are also shown on the screen. That is, scholarships of fees for special children under the aegis of AFWA, ECG machine equipment for SMC for benefit of veterans, grant to AFWA Central for special children school at Tughlakabad. As an extra initiative, this year the impetus was to enhance patient comforts at polyclinics. To achieve this objective, grants were given to number of polyclinics to purchase equipment and weather amenities items. Some of the polyclinics to whom the grant was given are shown on the screen. Further, AFA head office team visited polyclinic at Faridabad and interacted with ECHS beneficiaries. We are fortunate to have certain generous donors who are contributing towards the noble cause. Some of the names of few of the donors are shown on the screen, and the amount received under the donation as flashed on the screen. Coming to the financial part, with an average growth of 9.43%, overall financial health of AFA is good. Members, balance sheet, please. Members of the House are requested to approve the balance sheet. This has been audited by Chartered Accountant, Messrs. STM and Associates. Thank you very much. Before I conclude my report, I wish to mention that your association has gained wide recognition and becoming stronger year on year. Let us reaffirm our bond of service and our enduring commitment to the Air Force fraternity. Our uniforms may be set aside, but our duty is to support one another and inspire future generations. Together, we stand as one family, one force, and one nation. We veterans are not retired, but re-attired, and we are the timeless guardians of the Air Force legacy. I want to assure you all that the association will continue to strive hard, even with greater vigor, and enhance the satisfaction level of the veteran fraternity. Before I sign off, on behalf of Team AFA, I would like to convey our heartfelt thanks to one and all for the wholehearted cooperation and support in managing the welfare activities. I reassure you all that Team AFA is motivated and committed to enhance the standards of welfare measures for the veteran fraternity. I can say with the confidence that we will be successful because कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for a very, very informative lecture, talk. I think all of us are very, very delighted and happy to know what all things are going on in AFA. With this, now we move to the next part of the AGM. That is the main part, that is the AGM. The agenda points what we received from all over the country. For the knowledge of House, I must tell you, we had asked for the points from all over the country. We received total 31 points from the 12 branches. Out of the major of the points were pertaining to DAV, SPARSH, pension and all those points have been communicated immediately to the DAV. PD DAV will be covering this particular aspect under his presentation today after some time. However, few points which is of common nature, they have been covered and I'll be discussing on that. But before we move on to those points, as a routine, the first point of the meeting will be the passing of the minutes of the last AGM. As you know, last AGM took place on 15 September 2014. Minutes were placed on the AFA website and AFA Facebook page to allow members to read and raise any observation, if any, before the statutory passing them at the next AGM, that is today. I am pleased to inform that the nil observations have been received at AFA. Hence, I request any two members to propose and second the passing of the minutes. Thank you very much. Moving to the next point, the point which comes from AFA HO, renewal of the membership fee. As you all are aware, present subscription rate of the AFA membership are tabulated as shown on the screen, right starting from the inception of AFA, that is 1980. The present subscription rate which are shown, they were last revised in January 22 as per the decision taken in the AGM of 21. This particular point was also discussed during the last BPM. As per the MOA, members, then it was added there, as per the members who are taken the membership, they will be benefited only by all the welfare and financial grants if they have taken within the retirement of 2 years. If that doesn't happen, then they will not be entitled, because many of cases what we are receiving over here at AFA-HO, people are not taking the retirement after maybe 10 years, 20 years, even 30 years later than their retirement or discharge, they are coming up for asking for the membership. So humble request here is, the moment you retire, please pass on to the other friends and colleagues also. You should immediately take the membership, which will benefit you all. However, now as we know, we are also recommending that spouse member, once after the demise of air veteran, the membership is offered to the spouse, which was at the nominal charges free of cost. However, any whose husband was not a member, they were given a nominal rate of 700, which was also revised as per the MOA, and it was charged 700 rupees. However, it has been revised now. New proposed rates for the membership is as shown on the screen. They have been revised, blocked into the 4 categories: officers, men, NCs and spouse members. Here point to note is that spouse member, whichever category she belongs to, she will be paying the full subscription as per that particular category, to make it clear. So with this point, I will leave this point open to the House for the discussion and approval subsequently. Once this point is approved by the House, it will be implemented with effect from 1st January 2026. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Good morning to everybody. Sir, I want to explain how I faced 1962 India-China war. I was at Bangalore undergoing conversion course. I was sent to Tezpur, where the Chinese were advancing toward us. And it was 2nd November 1962. So some of our Jawans could not fight because they did not have ammunition to fight back. They simply sacrificed their life. But on 20th of November, the war started on 2nd of November 1962. I was posted to Tezpur from Bangalore undergoing conversion course. So the Chinese were advancing toward us at 20th November.
Excuse me, sir. Does it pertain to the point which we are discussing?
Sir?
Does this pertain to the membership point or something else?
No, I'm talking how I faced this.
No, that you give it to us, we'll publish in the magazine, sir.
Okay.
So, because, see, here only 200 people will know, we'll publish it in the magazine, you give it to us.
I will give, sir.
So now let's consider it on the meeting.
I'll request the House
Thank
only
you, sir.
Restrict your views or suggestion pertaining to the point.
Sir, this you give it to us in some write-up, we'll publish it in the magazine, sir, so that at least 1 lakh people get to know about it.
Good morning, sir.
You give it to me.
My question is related to this membership. Can I start? Is it applicable for those who are already the member of or only those who are not member?
No. These are the rates which will be effected from the next year, 1st January.
So suppose I am the member of AFA. If I die, then my wife has to pay this amount, or she will be automatically.
She doesn't pay anything. She doesn't
Okay,
pay.
thank you.
If you are a member, she automatically becomes a member if she wants to. If she wants to.
got it.
Okay. It is only those, for the spouse members, only those members where the husband has not been a member.
Okay, if the point is agreed by the House, I will request somebody to propose and approve. So please note down 2 names, sir. Okay, sir. Now we will move to the next point. Thank you very much for this help and cooperation for this first point. Second point is even more interesting, which is very much brainstorming is required with the help of the House of, with the help of this House.
Please, silence, please, sir. Let him, yeah.
Second point which we received from the various branches regarding the increase of ex-gratia. Ex-gratia is a grant when it is given to the NOK of the disease after his demise. So, as you know, present rate which is going on is 7,500 is what we are giving to the people. This particular point was received from the 3 branches, mainly Karnataka, which they wanted this ex-gratia to increase from 7,500 the present rate to the 10,000. Second idea came from the West Bengal, the death grant to be increased to 15,000 rupees, right? Immediately double, means 7,000 to 15,000. And the third idea, which point came from the AFA UP, they were asking whenever there is an increase of the AFA membership, accordingly ex-gratia should also be increased. The history of last 5 revision of ex-gratia, as I can put it on the screen, you can see. These are the 5 revisions which have taken place. Last revision done in January 23, when it was made from 6,000 to 7,500. Here I would like to bring it to the knowledge of the House that in the last 3 financial year, that is starting from 22-23, we have received only 34 lakhs rupees, 34.76 to be precise, as a share of subscription from the members, from where we give away this ex-gratia. Whereas against this 35 lakhs rupees, AFA has paid 82 lakhs rupees of ex-gratia. So you can see the difference. Less than the half amount what we are getting as a membership fee, whereas we are paying more than double the ex-gratia. I would like to inform you in this, in addition to this, As a dignified last ride, a grant has been given by the IFBA, that is rupees 15,000 on the demise of each and every air warrior, air veteran. Means whether he is a member or not a member, they all are entitled for this DLR grant of 15,000 rupees. Again, to the knowledge of this amount of DLR started by the IFBA in year 2013. Before that, only AFA was giving this ex-gratia amount. Actually speaking, when this DLR grant started way back in 2013, we should have stopped giving the ex-gratia then only. But however, it was not done so for the benefit of the veterans. This point was also deliberated during the GCM, and members were of the opinion that we should, instead of giving this ex gratia to the NOK of the veterans, air veterans, we should use this money for the welfare and the better schemes for their dependent and the spouses, not to give just money to the NOK only. So with this, I leave this point open to the House with the background knowledge. I will request you to decide what to do. Go ahead with the point received from the 3 branches. $82 lakhs है सर इसमें पीछे. Next slide दिखाएंगे. Expenditure here.
Now, if you see the second row, ex gratia, as he is already announced, that we have given 82,36,000 rupees, though it is only 7,500 rupees per member, but this 82,36,000 has been given to the NOK after the member passes away. Whereas our collection in last 3 years was only 34 lakh rupees. Now what suggestion has come to us from the GCM members is that rather than giving, though only 7,500 rupees to the next of kin after the veteran has passed away, we should rather be using this amount for the children of those people who are still living in terms of scholarship, or giving them enhanced pension, or giving them some other grant. So we leave it to the House to give their views on this. Whether we should continue with 7,000, our proposal is one that we are not in agreement to increase this. One, because against 34 lakhs we are paid 82 lakh rupees, almost 11 lakh rupees per year extra. Secondly, should we, with the new members, not for the present members, those are already members, we will continue with this. For the members whom we enroll now onwards, as the Indian Air Force is already giving 15,000 rupees, should we also give 7,500 rupees or not? So this is yes sir, please sir, please.
Please hand over the mics.
I will request that one at a time, not too many people collectively.
Please mention your name also before we start. Sir, your mic with you. Mic with you.
Jai Hind, sir. I am MDO BP Gupta from AFA Ghaziabad. The grant which you are giving 7,500, though we have received around 34 lakhs as it is been briefed by you, and expenditure crossed about 82 lakhs. Sir, there may be so many other rather income from the other resources to help that decay on that ground. It is not only depend on the collection or contribution of the AFA. So may I request you...
Go back to the previous. Here is the total income, as you can see on the screen, sir.
This is the total income which we have got. You brought out this point about income. So here income is also shown in this slide.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
So if the, like from AFGA or from other sources or other people help, that income also is, otherwise how we have expended 82 lakhs in place of 34 lakhs, sir. That balance has been received from some other sources. So the amount, I don't think that 7,500 is more. At least I request to increase it more to the NOK. Thank you, sir.
नमस्ते जी सभी को. मैं सुनना चाहता हूँ कि मैं 10-12 साल से सुन रहा हूँ कि नजफगढ़ में ECH खुलेगा, क्या ये हमारी ज़िंदगी में खुल जाएगा कि नहीं खुलेगा?
नहीं सुनो, ये सुनो, नहीं ECHS का पॉइंट हम डिस्कस करेंगे, अभी ये ECHS का नहीं है
होना
पॉइंट।
चाहिए ना सर लिमिट, हमें 15 साल से ज़्यादा हो गया कि ECH खुलेगा, एवरीथिंग इज इन प्रोसेस, वो प्रोसेस कहाँ फौरन से
नहीं, अभी सुनो, ये पॉइंट हम ECHS का नहीं डिस्कस कर रहे हो, वो जब ECHS पे आएंगे वो करेंगे डिस्कस।
कब तक करेंगे डिसीजन सर? डिस्कस कब तक होता रहेगा? कोई लिमिट बता दो हमें, 2 साल में, 1 साल में?
नहीं, this is not a point for the AFOS Association to discuss कि ECHS कब खुलेगा. ये AFOS Association की जिम्मेवारी नहीं है. We will only facilitate through MD ECHS. ठीक है, फिलहाल ये point discuss हो रहा है whether we should give 7,500 to next of kin or should we stop it because IFBA is already giving 15,000 rupees.
Sir, in addition to that, the Jilla Sainik Board also gave on the demise of the air veterans.
See, the point that what the secretary brought out was that AFOS Association was giving this token amount to carry out dignified last rites of the deceased veteran. But since 2012 or 13, when IFBA has started giving this amount, we should have stopped this at that time itself. Because, from that time we were giving 5,000 rupees, IFBA started giving 15,000. But over a period of time, we have been increasing. The debatable point is, there are 2 options. Should we continue or should we stop?
Sir, Jai Hind sir, मैं HFL Krishnan Kumar. I would like to opine on this, that this amount should be continued. Because this does not alone is a money matter. It also shows the attachment of the veterans to the AFA. That is the money given from the Air Force that will continue to be given to everyone. But we are the member of Air Force Association. Therefore, this money should not be curtailed. This is not only the help in financial way.
Your point taken. I would like to clarify one thing, that जो पुराने मेंबर है उनका हम बंद नहीं करेंगे, वो कंटिन्यू रहेगा. वो 7,500 भी मिलेगा और एयरफोर्स जो 15,000 देती है वो भी मिलता रहेगा. हमारा पॉइंट है भी जो हम 1 जनवरी 26 से नए मेंबर बनाएंगे उनको हमको देना चाहिए कि नहीं देना चाहिए.
सर, वी शुड कंटिन्यू विद दैट बिकॉज हम उनको एनकरेज करेंगे, देन ओनली द पीपल विल जॉइन द एयरफोर्स एसोसिएशन.
One at a time, please, one at a time. Okay, your point taken. Point taken.
Excuse me, sir. As agreed by our veteran colleague, yes. My request is that it should be continued to show the attachment of AFA member to future veterans also. It is not a money. It is not a matter of money. It is the token of attachment.
Sir, myself.
Okay. Point taken. Okay.
Morning, sir. I am Scott Notial. I am also a veteran of 83 years now. My humble submission to whole house is, this token money may or may not be, that is sufficient for the damage done to the family, but it helps a great to the needy children. So it's my personal view, of course it is to the house, that it should be used for the welfare of the children, those who are not privileged one. Secondly, most of the house may not be knowing this, that Air Force ceremonials, they offer a lot of privileges to us, especially in the demise of the veterans. So that information, if it can be percolated, I will be grateful, sir, because I came to know through someone that in case a person demises, his family is known, then Air Force ceremonials and from Air Force Association also, a bouquet and a presentation goes, and it spreads a lot of good message in the community. And that is one good, fine gesture. I look forward than these small gestures. Of course, this helps a lot. There may be some needy person, but most of us are pensioners, and pension is equally good. So I think we should at least either discontinue it, or we should not unnecessarily ask whether pressure is on the other side. That's all.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, myself, HFO Veerpal Singh. It must be continued for both the
this category, new and old, because it got some team.
Sir, I am a Sergeant Tripathi from AFA Ghaziabad. My opinion is that I have practically seen certain times family, when a veteran passes away, that time certain times family is in a financial crisis. So it will be of great help if we continue this.
No. See, I'll tell you. We have already received this from 5-6 points. If anyone like Squad Leader Notial has given his view, otherwise, if one say, we have heard from 5-6 people that it should continue. So anyone with that view, we should not speak, should not give his views. If anyone wants to say that it should be discontinued, then he may please voice his views.
Sir is saying, as anybody has a different view.
If anyone has got a different view. Hanji.
We are not going to stop this, rather we are utilizing this money for the welfare of children and so many other things.
No, that I have already conveyed. I have already said that instead of giving 7,500 rupees to the son or wife after the individual has passed away, we should rather use that money for we are not going to save this money into the Air Force Association's funds. It is going to be spent for, I will just read out a few cases to you. Please listen to me. You know, in the last meeting which we had, there are 5 people, I have got the details with me, where we decided to give some help to the families of the veterans who are non-pensioners. There are so many people who have retired without pension, either boarded out or some issues. Though it's a meager amount, we give 2,000, 3,000 rupees per month for 5 years or 6 years, maximum limit being 4 lakh rupees. So instead of giving 7,500 rupees to one individual to do the cremation of his father, our suggestion is that we should rather use for such. I'll give you more cases. I have got the names HFO Ansari from, I think, West Bengal branch. Now his son was suffering from cancer. Son is 45 years old. And he is not entitled to ECHS. And the poor chap, HFO, was not able to bear his expenses on the cancer. So he was a non-member. I must tell you, firstly, HFO Ansari was not a member of the Air Force Association. Secondly, his son, by virtue of his age, he's crossed 25, he is not entitled. So we gave him 1 lakh rupees. We means not me, from the Air Force Association. And no, this is one case. I have got another case now, which is received. We are going to take a decision on 10th of October in our next meeting, because we do quarterly meeting. Next meeting is on 10th. He is requested for 25 lakh rupees for transplant for his son. Liver transplant for his son. And son is 41 years old, not entitled. We will not be able to give 25 lakh rupees, but we will positively give 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees, because we feel that rather than good people who are getting good pension, like Squad Leader Notial brought out, that we are getting good pension and give 7,500 to the family to do the cremation, we should rather be helping these fellows whose son is going through a transplant and son is not entitled. I've got many cases. One sergeant's daughter, her name is there in the PPO. He is passed away, mother has passed away. She is entitled to pension, but then pension will take around 7 to 8, 10 months to commence, because there are procedures, PCDA procedure, then all issues related to that. The pension will commence, but in this period when 10 months, 8 months, the pension is not commencing, we will be giving her 7,500 rupees per month. So our suggestion is that help such people which are more needy, rather than 7,500 rupees to the son of a fellow who is already departed. And when like Squad Leader Notial brought out that yes, we are getting very good. If there are really very needy cases where the son or daughter or the family is not able to in any case, Air Force is giving 15,000 rupees, irrespective whether he is a member or not. 15,000 rupees is given by the IAFBA. for each fellow, each one who's been a member of the Indian Air Force, whether officer, airman or NC, 15,000 rupees is being given. This was not there earlier till 2013. We started this in 2004 and continued giving. Actually, as Secretary brought out, we should have stopped in 2013, but we probably didn't occur to us. But now when we compare that income is 34 lakhs and you're spending 82 lakh rupees, and on only the cremation are dignified last rites. So our suggestion is only, as Group Captain Mehdi has also brought out, that let's give it to the more needy people like these cases, cancer case and liver transplant, plus a daughter not getting pension because there are procedural delays, etc. So we leave it to the House. In any case, from our side of the suggestion, first suggestion was to stop it, and second is not to increase this beyond 7,500 because our financial health is not commensurate with the expenditure.
So Puri sir would like to add on something.
Sir, I got a point, sir. Let me introduce myself.
Hello. Can you hear me? Sir, I think one simple thumb rule I would like to say is helping a guy, helping a human being who is alive is far greater than doling out a small amount of money as a token money after the person has gone. Today, the cremation charges are anything from 25 to 40,000 bucks. And though the 7,500 may help a little, but I think, like the cases you have brought out, they take a far bigger priority and precedence as compared to amount of 7,500 after the person has gone. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, for all of those who...
And I think we may stop it.
Thank you, sir.
For all of those who might have forgotten or something, sir, please, sir, 1 second. You know, he is the Air Force Association member who has donated 2 crore rupees to the association. Okay. And out of those 2 crore rupees, 1 crore is exclusively for the IVF treatment of those couples who don't have a child. And we don't fall in that category. There are people in 50, 60, 70 years. But this is mostly going to the serving airmen. Why he's given this? Those people are entitled to 3 attempts through service source. After that, the service has been out, because service also has got limited money. So this money is going to the people who have exhausted 3 chances, and then we are giving 1 lakh rupees to such cases who want to make still a 4th attempt for the IVF treatment. In fact, I would like to add, you know, last year we had less applications than the money generated on his corpus. So we requested him that there is one civilian who has approached us, who has been with the Indian Air Force for last 20 years, but he is not entitled because he is neither an Air Force airman nor a veteran. So we took special permission from him, and he is agreed to give 1 lakh rupee to that gentleman also. So we feel that these are more needy cases than that 7,500 rupees for the cremation. Please.
Sir, let me introduce myself. I am J.W. Satish Kumar Sinha, staying in Gurgaon, sir. 2003 में ऑलरेडी हमें CS अप्रिसिएशन मिल चुका है, और उस समय काफ़ी इंस्पायर्ड होने के बावजूद मैंने काफ़ी काम मैं कर रहा हूँ एक सर्विसमैन फ्रेटर्निटी के लिए. उसके बाद भी 5-6 कम से कम हमें अवार्ड और भी दूसरे जगहों से, इंस्टीट्यूशन से, NGO वगैरह से मिल चुका है. 15 अगस्त को भी हमें एक नेशनल राष्ट्रीय गौरव पुरस्कार से.
सिन्हा साहब, आप आज इस पॉइंट के बारे में बताइए, कुछ इस पॉइंट के बारे में बता रहे हो या अदरवाइज?
नहीं सर, आई गॉट ए वेरी सिंपल.
नहीं, हम एक्स-ग्रेशिया की बात कर, आप एक्स-ग्रेशिया का बनाते जाते हो अदरवाइज?
आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, आई वांट टू टॉक अबाउट योर daughter's marriage grant, sir.
We are, okay, I will tell you. We have not covered here, but for the daughter's marriage of a widow,
yes, sir,
we are giving 31,000 rupees. We're not so, is it shown in this slide?
It was shown in the presentation last year.
It was shown in the presentation. We are, to the widow's daughter's marriage, we are giving 31,000 rupees.
मेरा सिर्फ ये कहना है कि कहीं आप इसको डिसकंटिन्यू तो नहीं कर रहे क्योंकि
नहीं समझिए
सैनिक बोर्ड अभी 50,000 से 1 लाख करने जा रहा है और IABA भी इसको दे रहा है, तो क्या आप इसको डिसकंटिन्यू तो नहीं कर रहे हैं?
नहीं, हम इसको इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं। अब आप समझ नहीं रहे, हमारा पॉइंट तो चल रहा है अभी हम 7,500 रुपए दें कि इसको 31 का 51 करें।
ठीक है,
आप मेरा पॉइंट ये है, अभी हम 31 को इंक्रीज करें कि 7,500 रुपए देते रहें वो।
ठीक है।
हम विडोज को हम दे रहे हैं अभी भी। वी आर गिविंग विडोज की बेटी की शादी के लिए 31,000 रुपए शगन हम दे रहे हैं अभी भी।
That will be continued, sir. That will be continued.
No, that we are not stopping. We have not talked about that.
Right, sir.
We may in fact increase the amount from 31,000 rupees.
Right, sir.
आपसे हम सिर्फ ये पूछ रहे हैं भी आप अभी एक्स-ग्रेशिया वाला चल रहा है, 7.5 वाला पॉइंट सब पे, इसका शगन का नहीं हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। नेक्स्ट प्लीज।
Hello. I am Air Vice Marshal Rakesh Khatri. About this particular issue, there are, as we could hear and gather, there are 3 issues on the subject, sir. One is the quantum of money, which is the 7,500 rupees. As many of the speakers have already brought out, this amount is not very much. And so it may not probably add to the financial assistance to the family of the veterans. The second point is very valid point, which somebody and many of them have raised, is the affiliation with the AFA, sir. That's a very valid point, sir. Because once you are the member, we want that when he passes away and when he goes, some sort of recognition is given by the AFA, sir. Of course, you are publishing his name in the magazine. But my suggestion in this regard is to meet that requirement of the affiliation with the AFA, we must send a black bordered letter. I'm not sure whether it is being sent or not.
No, letters are being sent to the widow.
It is being sent.
Okay.
A DO goes from, as per the requirement,
to all the
branch, to each and every deceased person.
Right. So we can further improvise if we can think of something better for the recognition or the making the person or the family more happy and more satisfied, rather than giving a small amount of 7,500. That would be better. And the third point is utilizing this money, sir, because this 38 lakh rupees or 34 lakh rupees which we are getting or whatever we are saving, that certainly sir has brought out that could be better utilized for the serving families, serving personal families, or the people who are in need otherwise while being alive, sir. So these are my views on 3 points.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So I am Air Commander Nrip Kumar Mehta. Adding to the last 2 speakers, I just want to add the 7,500 just doesn't make any difference to the family of the deceased. What is more important is the representation from the organization to be present at the last rites. Other day I went to the Noida cremation. There was a naval veteran who has expired. There was nobody there to attend the funeral except for the naval team which has come from the nearest Air Force naval base. My request is AFA, instead of giving this 7,500, which should be stopped, I strongly feel, make a provision, make some arrangement wherein the nearby people are informed so that they attend the funeral and look after the family at that moment.
Absolutely. Okay. I will like to update you. Good point. Please sit.
Sorry, आपकी knowledge के लिए मैं बताना चाहूँगा.
Very good, valid point. I would like to inform that as and when any branch or any chapter gets a message for the demise of a veteran member, AFND, 54 ASP, Sona Road, 7 BRD, Najafgarh, Faridabad, these stations, they send their serving people as well as retired people. Many cases I can tell. Means I would not like to say the names now, but the only thing is that these stations should get a message. If they don't get a message, obviously people. So my request to all of you would be that if you know a family where a gentleman, one member has passed away, please ring up the nearest Air Force station. I have said already, 3 wing, 28 wing, AFND, 7 BRD, 12 BRD, 13 BRD, 54 ASP, 56 ASP. These fellows, they send people, one officer in uniform with 4 airmen along with them, along with the Air Force and sign, as well as a check for 15,000 rupees to be given to the family, then and there only. This will be, but the station should come to know about it.
No, AFA.
Sir. Just for information, AFA is also doing the similar thing. As sir brought out, the information should come. The needful coordination as well as the representation by the AFA fraternity is being done. I can, you can cross-check with that Group Captain Mehendi, AVM Sanjay Agrawal, who are the coordinating with this kind of activities. You may like to...
If we as a veteran come to know about the date of demise or a funeral, we will go and attend it. That's
definitely.
And sir, one more thing I would like to add over here is, there is a open number 1932, which I am sure आप सब लोगों को पता होगा. Anybody, जैसे किसी को पता चलता है, whether he is a member or is not a member, just give a call on 1932. And you automatically land up in the Air Force Exchange and inform about the demise of a air warrior or air veteran. And then accordingly actions will be taken. And as covered by the senior VP and VP, most of the places wherever our member is involved, certainly the nearest branch, not only in Delhi NCR, sir, even in Kerala, far off areas also, the members from the branch or chapter, they also do go and attend this last rites for your information. And Wreath is also led on behalf of AFA. Thank you, sir.
Not only AFA, there is a wreath on behalf of Chief of the Air Staff also, which is, but the point still remains that someone from the family or someone amongst us who knows should approach the nearest station as well as the Air Force Association. If the branch or the chapter or Air Force station doesn't know, then obviously, otherwise there is a standard procedure that the one serving officer in uniform with mounted medals with 4 airmen carrying the wreath on behalf of Chief of the Air Staff and the Air Force and sign, and this Air Force and sign is properly folded and handed over to the family with the option, if they want to keep it, they keep it, otherwise they can return it. This ensign is handed over to it is being done. The only thing remains is that communication, that the family, someone should get into touch with any one of these stations closest to. Or, as the Secretary has brought out, there is a toll-free number. There is a toll-free number 1932. You just give a number, it will end up in the Air Force Exchange. You just give the particular address or telephone number of one of the family members so that we can get in touch with them.
Sir, as we are running short of the time now.
Okay. Okay, one point. Okay.
I am JW AK Sinha from Air Force Association Ghaziabad. Sir, in my opinion, this 7,500 is a meager amount. So this should continue because it gives a great help. Because
सिन्हा साहब हमने बोला है कंटिन्यू वालों को बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है, बड़े लोगों ने बोला कंटिन्यू करने का. So if your ways are otherwise like Khatri साहब brought out or I'm sorry then there is no requirement. If you are saying continue, then we don't need your views on this.
Okay,
we have already accepted that.
Okay,
sir, I think we close down the decision of the chair. Gentlemen, please mention
I think all of you have heard both the arguments. For the argument brought out, for example, by Group Captain Puri and AVM Khatri, whether we should continue the same amount or utilize that amount for other beneficiaries who are more needy, dependents of veterans who are more needy. So can I have a show of hands? How many say we should continue? Just show of hands, please. And how many said should discontinue and use the money somewhere else? Okay. The house is divided, but I think the more numbers are towards continuing. So we will not increase the amount. We will continue. But please keep this in mind. We may bring up this point again, because going by the finances of the association, it is very difficult to sustain. We are banking on donations. And that is not a way to sustain an organization, to rely on donations. We should have a clear income and a clear goal as to where to spend the money that is accrued in our kitty. Okay. So for this year we will continue, but in my opinion, think over it once again. We will discuss it next year again, next AGM.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We move to the next point. Next point, what was received as a purely administrative nature point received from the Kerala branch, where they observed there is an anomaly in the MOA. One suggestion came from there regarding the composition of governing council, and the executive committee is not mentioned in the MOA for the branches and the chapter. It is do mention for the AFA-HO, however same is being missed in the MOA. So the suggestion came from there that it should be clearly spelled out to have the uniformity all over the India in among all the branches and chapter. Okay, what should be the composition of governing council and the executive committee at branch and chapter level. So this point came and we accepted this point. The point is open to the House. The proposal from our side, as you can see on the screen, we will have a governing council meeting only at the branch level. The members of the governing council will be as shown on the screen. It will be branch president, the vice president of the branch in case they have, then the vice president of all the chapters. Go back. Vice presidents of all the chapters under them. There is a secretary, treasurer, and there will be 4 nominated members generally which is there. This out of this 4, 3 can be preferably from the branch and the nearby area, and 1 should be a spouse member to have a view and the say of the ladies also. So this is the proposal came to this. The amendment is proposed to you, shown to you. This will be amended in the MOA. Second point was that executive committee at the branch and executive chapter level, composition as shown on the screen. At the branch level, the executive committee will be branch president, vice president, secretary and treasurer. These are the more key functionary at the branch level, office bearers. Generally, most of the branches they do have. And at a chapter level, it will be only the vice president, secretary and treasurer. So if House agrees with this, we will go ahead with this amendment in the form of amendment in the MOA. I will request somebody to propose an. Thank you very much.
इसकी जिम्मेदारी किसकी है? ना तो कोई फोन उठा रहा है, ना कोई मतलब कोई पेंडिंग केसेस इतने पड़े हुए हैं, तो आखिर इसकी जिम्मेदारी कौन लेगा?
सर यह क्या कहते हैं, ये वाला पॉइंट मैंने बताया था, ये कॉमन नेचर का पॉइंट है. दिस पॉइंट विल बी कवर्ड क्वाइट इन डिटेल बाय द PDDAV शॉर्टली.
उसमें स्पर्श के सारे इश्यूज कवर करेंगे.
हमारे स्पर्श के बिल्कुल क्लैरिफिकेशन, इतनी गलतियां नहीं होनी चाहिए सर.
Oh, by I am telling you that Air Commodore SK Singh is sitting here. He will be speaking. He will be covering this. He is sitting just in front of you. He is sitting there.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Sir, as I told you, these are the points which will be covered quite in detail by the PDDAV. Air Commodore SK Singh was among us.
Okay. I'll reiterate one second. Reiterate. Anything related to PPO, pension or SPARSH, spouse name, spouse date of birth, etc. PDAV is here. He is going to give a presentation on that. So let's not consume time in that. Anything other than SPARSH, PDAV, because he is going to cover this in his presentation. You listen to him, then we will. If you got something other than SPARSH, okay, the mic please, mic.
Sir. Hello, sir.
Sir, myself, H.F.O. Virpal Singh. Sir, I request one new chapter for Greater Noida, sir. Please, sir.
Okay, point taken.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, the point
taken, considered. Okay.
Sir.
Okay, so this is last point now.
Sir, myself, one of the R.K. Tripathi from Greater Noida. I wanted to tell one point, request that one point should be implemented. When after 80 years, crossing of 80 years, you are giving something, gifts. In place of giving gifts is okay, otherwise some memento or medal should be given to the individual. It is a for long time that children may also see that particular in dining hall if it is available.
Okay, point taken. Point accepted.
Thank you.
Accepted.
Okay,
sir, I am Sergeant Arun.
Thank you very much, sir. Now
my
I
point
think
is that the access to the DAV should be... Sir.
My
point is that the access to the DAV should be very easy. I was, from my experience, I was a nodal officer of PNB at DIV, Directorate of Indian Army Veterans. And there I seen anyone from Jawan to, Lieutenant General, they can come and meet the officer I see there, the brigade commander who was there or the
No, what do you want? What should be?
Sir, my point is that the access should be easy. जो वहाँ पे होता है, they don't treat very well.
तो कहाँ पर access?
DAV में sir. And I'm comparing with the DIAV.
No, तो DAV में but there is someone to entertain you.
Sir, वो entertain ही करते हैं ना. वहाँ पे मैं cases लेके जाता था स्पर्श के. I know कि वो कैसे सर ट्रीट करते हैं वहाँ पे लोग. नहीं तुम्हारा पॉइंट नहीं है, यू कांट रेज इट. उस बंदे को ही बोलो, वो केरला से कोई मेरे पास पॉइंट भेज रहा है तो मैं उसको लेके जा रहा हूँ, वो बोलते नहीं उसको ही बुलाओ. That should not be no. थोड़ी inhuman approach होनी चाहिए.
Excuse me sir, a lot of things have changed now and we are heading for.
Sir, मैं 24 तक की बात कर रहा हूँ सर.
मैं सर अभी आप give me time, आपको
ये
वाला point अभी cover होगा. SK सिंह सर आपको बताएंगे.
Last 3 years से sir I was dealing with SPARSH, तो मैं इसलिए I know that.
आपका point taken sir. हम लोग this point will be answered by the Air Commodore DV.
Point taken. SK, please, he'll cover this. Okay.
So thank you very much. Thanks for your wholeheartedly participation into this open house.
Sir,
and we move to the next portion now.
Sir, I am Condolence Kalra, sir. This is in connection with the non-supply of the medicine from the ECHS. I am attached to the Air Force Station in Tughlakabad and all. And for the past 3-4 months and all, most of the medicines are not available. Either the fund is not available or the contractor is not available. And they keep on telling you purchase this and submit the bill and all these things. I am a person of 83 years of old owner, which causes a lot of concern to me and all. And every time they say fund is coming up and we will purchase the things and give it, and it is not being done.
सर ये पॉइंट आपका नोट कर लिया, इसके लिए हम रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे ये वाला पॉइंट लिख के पूरी की पूरी प्रॉब्लम्स हमको AFHO में भेज दीजिए. We will
point taken.
I shall do it.
Thank you very much sir.
चलो okay next चलो जी.
Now we will move to the next portion which is very informative and useful for all the veterans sitting over here. May I now request Group Captain Nitin Bhargava, Secretary AFGIS, to come to the stage to brief the air veterans over here about the new health insurance scheme to the veterans. Thank you.
Respected President, Air Force Association, Senior Vice President, and all other veterans present here. As said, I am Group Captain Nitin Bhargav. I am audible now? I am audible now? Now it is audible? Respected President, Air Force Association, Senior Vice President, other officers of the Air Force Association, and my dear veterans, I am Group Captain Nitin Bhargav. I will be giving you a brief presentation of the health insurance scheme which was inaugurated last AGM by the President Air Force Association when he was Chief of Air Staff. So there are a lot of doubts regarding what is the health scheme and it has not reached the people. So I would like to cover this under the following heads. The salient aspects of the scheme, the modalities, how the scheme has been worked out, the salient features of the scheme, premium chart, renewal and new enrollment. Next slide. At the outset, I would like to apprise you that the proposal for additional health insurance scheme was initiated on the basis of request suggestions from the air veterans. It is purely on voluntary basis. The scheme is meant to supplement ECHS. That is, it would be in addition to ECHS. There will be no change in the status of existing ECHS members. They will continue to avail all the benefits of the ECHS as before. Anybody willing to do this health insurance can take an additional health insurance cover, and the premiums are, as we'll be discussing it, the aspects and the features we'll be discussing it. Insurance cover will be provided by the Care Health Insurance Company Limited. Further, the role of AFGIS is a facilitator of this activity. We have entered into a memorandum of understanding with the company, and we have undertaken an insurance plan with the Health of Care Health Insurance and the insurance broking firm, namely Alliance Insurance Company, to get the best deal for the air veterans under the group concept. There's presently various health insurance schemes as a retail plan which is there. So this is definitely a better scheme than the retail plans which are available, and the premiums are much lesser in this. Next slide. In order to give you a brief insight in how the health insurance scheme has evolved, I would like to show you the modalities followed in the finalization of this scheme. Firstly, what we did was a comparison was carried out of all the health insurance schemes which the various companies are providing in the country, and a plan was identified. This was circulated to the environment by way of survey. Thereafter, on the basis of feedback received, and the renegotiation was done with the insurance companies. During the process, services of Alliance Insurance Brokers, leading broker agency of the country, was availed to get the best deal. Health insurance plan offered by Care Health Insurance Company was finalized due to their lowest premium, better services and excellent claim settlement ratio. This plan was then circulated to the environment through AFGS webpage, Air Force Association chapters and Directorate of Air Veterans for enrollment and payment. The scheme was inaugurated by Chief during the last AGM and was launched from 8th October 24 for 1 year period. Now I would like to cover the salient features of the health insurance scheme. Firstly, this plan is available for air veterans, their wife and children up to the age of 24 years. Secondly, there are two age groups, that is the early retirees from 35 to 57 years and senior citizen from 58 to 80 years. Veterans can enroll till 79 years and subsequently can carry forward till life. As earlier intimated, the insurance company will be provided by Care Health Insurance. The premium will be paid by veterans directly to the insurance agency, who it in turn will be issued a health card and certificate of insurance, giving details of the scheme to the policy holders. Now in next couple of slides, I would like to apprise further details of the scheme. Schemes offered by Care Health will have multiple options, like insurance can be taken for self, wife, 1 or 2 children up to 24 years of age, with hospitalization cover of 3, 5, 7.5, 10 lakhs and 15 lakhs. This will be a floater concept, that is any family member requiring treatment can avail any amount up to the sum insured. There will be no requirement of any medical checkup. However, a self-certification on good health will be required. Insurance cover will start from day 1, while veterans having pre-existing diseases will have to wait for a 1 year waiting period. Though outside it is 3 to 4 years and we have negotiated for 1 year. Private AC rooms will be provided with no upper limit and all expenditure of ICO will be reimbursed. Unlike other plans, there will be no restriction on the upper limit for any disease and can be claimed up to the sum insured. The settlement process is totally cashless. Next slide. Further, the health insurance plan offered by Care Health Insurance will have an added feature of optional outpatient department, the OPD services, in addition to the hospitalization cover. OPD would include dental, vision, pharmacy, diagnostics and consultation services. This is a unique feature of this plan which is not offered by other insurance companies. It will be cashless as well as reimbursed basis through a live app of health insurance company. Now let us have a glance in the insurance premium chart. This premium chart is better than retail plans offered by the insurance companies as well as group insurance plans by companies such as Sainik Seva Samiti, which is doing a business in South for the veterans. The option 1, as you can see, shows the annual premium in 2 age groups, 35 to 57 years and 58 to 80 years, without OPD services, for 3 lakhs and 5 lakh covers, for 1 adult, 2 adult, 2 adult plus 1 child and 2 adult plus 2 child. We have also the plans for 7.5 and 10 lakhs, however 10 and 15 lakhs, that premium is there on the site. The option 2, 3 and 4 shows annual premium with OPD cover of 10, 15 and 20,000 cover. This is through a cashless thing as well as a reimbursement through the Alive app. The details are already there on our Air Force web page. You can go through the details and the scheme-wise details what is there. Next slide. As informed earlier, we are in negotiation with the insurance company and shortly the health plan will be offered for existing members for renewal and new members for enrollment with the start date of 8th October 25. As I had said earlier, 8th October 24 we had launched. There are various members which has joined this scheme and their renewal is coming for this thing. So the insurance agency has offered them the same premium and they have not increased that premium, though the numbers were small. So we request all the veterans to disseminate the scheme. We will be doing the same. It will be circulated through the Air Force Association chapters as well as DAV and all Air Force stations for dissemination to air veterans. Payment gateway will be open 1 week before the start of the scheme for interested air warriors. Scheme will be reviewed after 1 year based on your suggestions and inputs. Full details of the scheme and FAQs on this related matter are available on AFGS webpage on the internet. So if you have any doubts, you can visit that page. The details are there. Alliance Insurance Rep are there outside. They have given brochures also. They will be available outside. If you want to further clarify about the scheme, they are available. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Nitin, for a useful information. I am sure it will benefit many of the air veterans sitting over here. And as he said, this particular information is available on their web page also. Otherwise, also if anybody feels more information, they can personally go and contact in AFGIS. Now, next talk, I am sure is going to benefit you all very much. As we have among us AVM Ashok Saini, who will be talking to us and giving some insight on the cyber frauds pertaining to banking, which is very much on the rise nowadays. And a lot of air warriors are losing their hard-earned money. I'll request AVM Saini.
Must listen to him carefully. You know, we keep on reading in the newspaper, Sergeant loses 80 lakh rupees in Gurgaon, one wing commander lost 1.12 crores in Suratgarh, and just sharing OTP or not following the advice given by such people who are dealing with it. Humble request, please listen to him carefully. It might not happen with anyone of us till now, but you could be the next one. So be careful, no sharing of OTP, etc. and listen to him carefully, please.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, sincere thanks to Air Force Association to have given SBI an opportunity to talk to you on a very burning topic, which every day is affair. Before I come on to the main topic, a bit about SBI. 219-year-old as a banker. We've been there looking after the growth as seen. And today, as I stand in front of you, the statistics speaks volumes about our bank, where we stand. As for the recent awards, I'm proud to say last year, State Bank of India was nominated as the most trustworthy bank in the world. The top 5, SBI was number 4 in the world. And it's because of the trust and faith of each one of you. We were adjudged as the best bank in India and the best digital bank in 2024. Coming to the veteran, as the veteran fraternity is there, we have a DSP pension package. I just want to request you, each one of you, to see to it if you are banking with SBI, your profile is shown as DSP pension. If it is so, then only you will be able to avail of all the facilities and features. Even for the family pensions, we have all these features which are available. After a pensioner passes away, family pensioner also can avail of all these benefits. We have talked about the death. This number which I have showing on the slide, kindly save this number. It's a chatbot number for all SBI cases. As a pensioner, if there's a death, on this number, just WhatsApp SBI. And it is a minnow-driven thing. You can know what all documents are required, what documents you can download on this thing. And if there's any issue, definitely you can reach us. And coming on to the main topic, most pertinent topic of the day, cyber frauds, which each one of us have to be very careful. Greed is the most important thing which is leading to the fraud. There's nothing free. If you heard of lottery, refund, gifts, inheritance coming free, if it is free, then you are the cost. It is the ignorance, folly, greed, which leads to the fraud. You have to be careful. India, we lose lots and lots, and after losing, if somebody thinks one can get back the money, the refund is even less than 20%. This is a chart I wanted to show you. This financial year, previous financial year ending, we had, as a newspaper report of May this year, RBI report, 36,014 crores Indians have lost. And this is 3 times more than the previous financial year. So coming to the common tricks which people are following is, as flashed, juice jacking. We travel lots. We are so dependent on the smartphones. But smartphone की battery खत्म हो जाती है तो हम कहीं भी जाके charging लगा देते हैं. So be very careful. Wherever you are putting your charger, you have to be very sure of. Carry your power banks along. There are people who are misusing this facility. Wi-Fi facility, airport Wi-Fi facility, hotel में Wi-Fi facility free है. Don't get carried away. This data is very cheap these days. Please ensure you use your own Wi-Fi. If at all you're using somewhere else, you should be very sure of. Because there will be some person sitting somewhere who will have access to your mobile and take down all the data. Shoulder surfing or card swiping. You're going to ATM to draw cash. Be careful of the person standing behind you. Card swiping, you've given your card for or purchase of petrol to give somebody, or a restaurant you've given the card to somebody. But whether that card which is returning, is it your card? Please be very careful. Brute force, as the name suggests. And to add to it, weak password. Whatever password you're using, it has to be a very strong password. I'll come to that part later on. The other parts which I've mentioned, virus, farming, web spoofing or identity theft, these are the reasons. Naam different hai, very phishing, smishing and wishing names are very the same. But when it is coming to it, it is taking your data. Phishing, when you talk of, you will get an email. Smishing is you get an SMS. Or wishing means you get a call. So the person on the other side, he is trying to, lure you, threaten you, or try to extract an input from you. Be very careful on all these things. Best practices as flashed. Whenever you get a mail, verify the sender. Don't open any attachment which is there. Do not download from the untrusted sources. Do not click on the links which are from unknown sources. Do not share your personal details. And finally, beware of anonymous mails or the calls which create a sense of fear or urgency. SMS, you get calls lot many times. SMS आते हैं KYC के लिए, लॉटरी के लिए या रिवॉर्ड पॉइंट्स के लिए. Be very careful. अगर आपने कोई लॉटरी ली नहीं, आपकी लॉटरी कैसे निकल जाएगी? SBI की तरफ से कोई भी अगर मैसेज आता है, that message will always be prefixed with SBI/SB. तो अगर कोई और SBI का मैसेज किसी और से आता है तो it is a fraud message. Please be very careful. Similarly, QR कोड जो है वो पेमेंट करने के लिए है. प्लीज़. There are cases where a person will send you a QR code saying कि आपकी additional payment हमको वापस करनी है, इस QR code को स्कैन करिए. QR code को स्कैन करके पैसा कभी नहीं आता. You are making a payment and that's how people are making money out of it. Similarly, website. आजकल websites का हमें अपना आइडिया नहीं होता तो क्या करते हैं, हम गूगल पे चले जाते हैं. SBI की वेबसाइट जाना है, गूगल में सर्च करके जा रहे हैं आप. So whether that website is genuine, not genuine, you have to be very careful. I've given you example. Both websites look alike, but one of them is, and once you enter the wrong website, you're using your user ID, you gain a password, and you have opened your house for persons. Similarly, phishing attack with the phone calls. I mentioned to you. SBI phishing attack. आपको phone call करेगा, OTP मांगेगा. क्या आप अपने घर की चाबी किसी को दे देंगे? Similarly, the OTP is like as good as your house key. Pig butchering is something very new. Name suggests there are like a lot of retirees who get carried away कि भी अब retirement के बाद मेरे पास time ही time है. I will like to spend my time doing the stock market, share market. Everybody is expert. You tend to do some buying and selling. Then somebody guides you. Okay, go on a net. There are a lot of agencies, companies which are giving you tutorials. Some godforsaken company, somebody will come up, they'll say, we will teach you, they'll tell you whatever channel you are going, like if you're going through SBI Capital or you have ICICI Direct, from which he will try to explain you something, then he says, I'll send you a link, आप उस link पे जाइए, उसमें आपको बहुत profit मिलेगा. And a lot of people have gone into it. Initially, they'll show you a lot of profit. Then they will, if you want to withdraw, they'll let you withdraw for some amount, and subsequently you will not be able to withdraw. We've had cases. This is a recent example of a wing commander serving at one of our Air Force stations who's lost his money. There are many cases once you search for it. Similarly, artificial intelligence. आज की डेट में आपका एक बार मोबाइल हैक हो गया, आपके उसमें वीडियोज़ हैं, आपके फैमिली के वीडियोज़ हैं, आपकी वॉइस हैक भी हो जाएगा. So I just wanted to show you a small video where
मॉर्निंग सेशन में स्कैमर विकेट लेने को है बेताब, दूसरी ओर कस्टमर कूल एंड काम.
हेलो बेटा मैंने 10 लाख की एफडी डाली है.
अरे ये तो स्पिनर के रूप में निकले पेसर.
ओटीपी चाहिए माँ. 1.
She saved because mother is sitting next to her. Had it not been so, it would have been otherwise. Similarly,
स्कैमर
beware. Sorry. Similarly, digital arrest. There is nothing called digital arrest in our country. And I'm surprised people are getting unnecessarily carried away and they're losing lots of money. One small video on this.
स्कैमर्स अब उतरे मैदान में नई रणनीति के साथ, दूसरी ओर डटे हैं अनुभवी बल्लेबाज.
हेलो, दिस इज कस्टम्स डिपार्टमेंट. आपके पार्सल में ड्रग्स मिले हैं.
कस्टम्स?
यस, कस्टम्स.
स्कैमर्स की यॉर्कर सीधी ब्लॉक होल में, लेकिन मुस्कुराते हुए किया सामना.
दिस इज सीरियस. मजाक मत करो.
शुरू तो आपने ही करा था.
So this was a, person who was aware of it. But we've seen news every second day it's coming through. And lastly, I'd like to show you one more video of the bank, which is pertinent with now that, life certification period is coming up. So this
Beware
video
of
is
the
again
mobile number change fraud. Fraudsters are generally targeting retiring individuals and...
I'm told this video has been seen by everyone. So password, definitely, when I wanted to highlight, it should be capital letters, small letter, alphabet, and the special characters. It should be used and should not be on the browsers. These are the small follies which one should keep in mind. Bank never sends any link for updating KYC. जो आपके कार्ड्स हैं उनकी रिक्विजिट लिमिट्स आप फिक्स करिएगा. And there's a feature of drawing of cash without using your card on a YONO. Go through the, I can explain to you subsequently. And lastly, आजकल UPI बहुत हो रहा है. Lot of transactions are happening. Please make sure whatever account you are doing, don't link your UPI account to your main account. Link to a separate account where you keep a small amount and do your investments. These are main points. Just have, you can go through 1930. One can ring up, or www.cybercrime.com is another site. Otherwise, कुछ नहीं है तो you can approach your nearest bank branch. They'll help you out. And presently, this is the three things which you should all keep in mind. गांधी जी के 3 बंदर. You to be way forward is be vigilant, be informed, and spread awareness. Thank you. Thank you very much. My contact number as SBI Defense Banking Advisor and my mail ID is available. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
We can discuss after this.
We can discuss all those points. He is available here during the lunch session also. So whatever points are there, you can discuss with them. Now I'll move to the next point, which is most awaited and required as we saw the interest of the people. Presentation by DAV. He will be covering all the issues pertaining to the pension, SPARSH, OROP, etc., data verification, change of name and all those things. May I request now Air Commodore SK Singh, PD, DAV to among us to come to the stage and clear most of the doubts what we have. One more humble request to all our esteemed members not to interrupt during the presentation. He will be here for the question and answer also, and thereafter subsequently he is available for next 2 hours to us, and they have a one help desk set up outside. So any query which is not being set up over here, you can give that point to the help desk. Thank you. Air Commodore SK Singh.
President Air Force Association, Senior VP, esteemed veterans and ladies. Can you hear me? Okay. So I am here in front of you to cover as to how DAV perceives the various problems, issues faced by our esteemed veterans, and my endeavor will be to cover what we have initiated or what steps we have been taking in the last 1 year or so to address those issues, and probably also be able to give a little glimpse into the future as to how things are going to be after these are completed. So once again, as you are all aware, Air Force was the first service. In 2012, we united all verticals of the Air Force which had anything to do with veterans into one single entity known as the Directorate of Air Veterans. So even today, the Army, Navy, they are still fractured into distinct verticals. If you go to DIAV, they are dealing only with outreach activities, CSR activities, etc. Yes, in certain things they are doing much better than us, and our endeavor will be to emulate and probably try and achieve and do even better. The pension part is the records is being dealt by various record offices which are for each regiment distributed across 30 locations. For officers' pension, it is being done by a different directorate. And legal aspects are being dealt by different directorate. For us, even the legal matters are being done by DAV itself. So the topic of our presentation is basically I want to touch upon these points which have been, we are aware that very, very sore points and which have been hurting our veterans, and therefore I will cover them as to what we are going to do this. At the top is obviously SPARSH issues. So covering the SPARSH issues, basically SPARSH was implemented in 3 phases. It was government's initiative to bring the entire pension sanctioning and distribution onto a common automated digital platform. The journey has not been very smooth because the information about the veterans was fractured and distributed across all the banks and all these record offices that we talked about. While in the Air Force, we still had AFRO, DPO and AFCO, where all the data was already available in digital form. But unfortunately, in the Army and the Navy, probably it was not in the same degree. And therefore, when the government had to launch it, they had to take something where the data was commonly available. They had to take that as a starting point. So that's why what did they do? Because every pensioner holds a pension account with the bank, they took the data from the bank. And in every bank, probably the data was not maintained in the same state, and over a period of time, veterans' data held with the bank, with every KYC it got updated. But unfortunately, the data held with us at the record office or at DAV did not get updated. So now we find that there is a huge mismatch in this type of data. But because of the push of the government, very soon, by September 22, we were forced to implement the SPARSH 3, wherein the data was migrated by PCDA from the banks. It was not taken from DAV, and now we end up in a situation where we find there are huge mismatches. Right now, more than 2 lakh veterans are already, Air Force veterans are already in SPARSH. However, we estimate that close to 40,000 veterans are still there in legacy. The government has now taken a stand that till the time all issues of SPARSH are resolved, they will not migrate any more pensioner onto SPARSH platform. These are the type of issues which I need not elaborate. If the details, your personal details and the family members' details are not correctly reflected, SPARSH, because it is totally digitally linked, totally Aadhaar linked, unless everything matches to Aadhaar, nothing can be moved forward. Also, because whenever there is a change in your trade or group, or if there is a change in your date of enrollment or date of retirement, the net qualifying service changes, and therefore issues such as additional pension on reaching 80 years, that is of course linked to the date of birth, and such various types of issues crop up. Certain things like pro rata pension was not getting automatically enabled, or it had stopped. OROP was not getting enabled. These 2 issues, of course, PCDA has resolved. I think nobody is now having the issue related to pro rata pension or OROP which is stopped. I know there are issues related to OROP as a principle, which the Air Force has already taken up. And mobile app not working, frequent password change, these 2 issues are still there, but frequent password change, for example, if you don't use the system for a month, the password gets reset and you have to change it. But this is a security feature, so we are not very insisting on PCD on this issue so much. Mobile app, probably it will come online over the next few months. So any change in pay fixation or correction of the pay data has to be initiated by PCDA only, for which you have been raising service request. And what we can do is, only if issue is not resolved, we can pursue the matter further. We can take the service request and write to PCDA, bring it up in their interaction meeting that we have with them. However, issues with respect to record are updated by us, and therefore we are the office to be reached in case there is an issue with respect to updation of records. I think these points are self-explanatory. Any change which is required to be done, there are certain supporting documents which are required, because that is the requirement from the PCDA side as well. And if we take shortcuts, probably the whole effort gets wasted, and therefore we are forced to request you that kindly get us the affidavit or the newspaper advertisement, etc., when there is a requirement to change the name. Now, a particular set of SPARSH users in the Air Force, we estimate about 1 lakh users, were taken from the bank and their pension was not changed. No record was being changed. They were taken from the bank, but PCDA did not have access to their old PPO, or they did not have access to the record. So they could not be fully migrated. These cases were categorized as is. This is the term which is used by PCDA. It is called as is. And when somebody is an as is case, then the record office also does not have the authority to update anything. However, I am now going to cover as to how the as is cases have gradually been handled. Obviously, because of the as is cases, there was a large number of PSRs which happened. And as I was hearing, that large number of queries, requests which had come to the DAV, and these are the kind of numbers which came to us. And because DAV was not prepared to handle this sudden surge of requests for change of data, etc., we have faltered there. And therefore, we could not do it at the pace that we ideally could have been. But now, with the as-is migration cases being resolved, this issue, these numbers have started coming up. And I am also going to cover as to how the Air Force has seen it and what steps have been taken by the Air Force as a whole to resolve this issue. Firstly, this entire SPARSH issue is chaired by a committee headed by the Defense Secretary, and there is a monthly meeting which takes place to see the progress of as-is migration. Obviously, initially, for every as-is case, DAV was required to fill more than 180 data points per individual. Obviously, this was not possible. Later on, it was further shortened, and right now a data update utility which we got in February 25, using that we can clear a case by filling only 25 fields. However, you would appreciate that for every field we have to get the documents. So for all the 3 lakh pensioners that we have a document library. We have to get those documents, and because most of these cases are old cases, their documents are now converted in the form of long roll. And if there is now a mismatch between what is there on SPARSH versus what is reflected in our documents, we have to ask for documentation from the veterans. I am very thankful to Air Force Association for holding our hand in this regard. Every branches and chapters have taken keen initiative, reached out to the veterans, taken their documentation, helped them to get documents such as affidavits, such as income certificates, etc. from the civil authorities, and they have been forwarded to us, and we've been able to resolve these cases to a great extent. Not completely, but to a great extent. So more than over 1 lakh pensioners were migrated from as-is to normal. Out of this, the Air Force responsibility was 24,000, which are the most difficult cases because these records were not even held with JCD or PCDA. And now we are left with only 577. These 577 are there because we are not able to trace those veterans. We are now planning to write to the various Zilla Sainik boards and the Air Force Association to help us track down these veterans so that we can get their documentation and migrate them successfully to normal. Also, in order to deal with the pendency, it is very commonly that I hear that people have sent applications more than 6 months back, but they have not been acted upon. That is because we were not prepared for it. And now we have a huge backlog of such requests, such mails that we need to deal with. So a presentation was given to the AOP. ACS PNC, he came and visited DAV because this was all happening when Pahalgam happened and Op Sindur was about to happen. The whole Air Force was activated, and still the Air Force decided to pull out 30 air warriors from the field units and deploy them at DAV to deal with the pendencies. So this is the importance which importance which Air Force gave, and the Air Force realizes that this is an important activity which needs to be completed. So these are some figures that over the last 2.5 months we have been able to complete, and obviously there is still some pendency, but the most difficult parts have been tackled, and the remaining we as DAV will be able to manage. Another issue is that we are not able to attend to all the calls, because right now we can be reached only through a few exchange numbers of WAC, and then they are transferred to DAV, and there is a distinct problem that even if a call is coming and if the phone line is busy, the ringtone appears as if the phone is ringing and nobody is picking up. So in order to resolve that, a case was taken up by AFCO for provision of an integrated voice response system for AFCO and DAV. I am happy to state that as on 30th September, this system has been installed. It is functional, but it is functional right now only for calls from within the AFNet, that is using 1600. That means as on date, if you dial 1903 and you are able to reach the Air Force Exchange, you have to say that I want to talk to DAV or AFCO at 1600, and on 1600 your call will land up onto the IVRS. It has got various options which you can select and come. Very soon, with this toll-free number 1800-115-800, I request our esteemed veterans to take probably a photograph of this particular page, and by end of this month this line will be integrated. Right now we are making some changes in the software. Basically in the Air Force exchanges and any Air Force lines get targeted by a lot of PIO operators. And because in the exchange there is a mechanism to filter the PIO calls, we are trying to build up such a thing for this call. And after that, from here directly the call will be allowed to land up into the IVRS, and then we will be able to resolve this. This has also been integrated with the query module of the DAV. So there was a issue that every time you come to us, this issue is started as a new. There was no tracking system. While we internally make that tracking with the help of a service number, but now this IVRS system will generate a new tracking number. This tracking number will be given to you whether you are approaching DAV through the IVRS telephone, whether you are approaching DAV by writing an email or through a hard copy mail. You will get a tracking number which will allow you to follow up on the case. And for maximizing the number of people who can simultaneously attend calls, this 30 channel that we are getting, we have moved a case for outsourcing of manpower also. As of now, this is the AFRO building, if you can orient yourself to, and as you can see, there is one query cell which is there at the ground floor of the AFRO. However, the new query cell is coming up close to the OPW building of AFCO. If you've seen the Air Force Central Accounts Office NXC, the erstwhile Camero canteen, if you all remember, that is where this new query cell is coming up. This is a two-storied building. It will have a veterans waiting area, and it will have a series of help desk operators who will be having the software and will also be there to personally receive you. And from there, of course, you're most welcome to walk up to our offices to meet any of the officers as well. One second, please. So I will just say that there is also a project regarding automation of DAV. This automation project is basically there to get all the data from AFCO and AFRO, and thereafter it will help us to avoid getting that physical hard copies, which actually take up most of our time and reduce our efficiency. Towards that, we have launched this software on 15th of August by starting the pension process online for all the people who are going to retire now, and the data in respect of old retirees have also been onboarded. These are some screenshots of the internet portal which you are already familiar with. Once you register here, all your queries that you are giving us, an output as to the status of that will also be visible here. We are happy to announce that in this we have also integrated the projects of the internet sites of IFBA and AFCO also, AFGIS also, and they all will be available in your handheld mobile device with the launch of the mobile application, for which we have already got the cert in clearance, and right now it is undergoing the IEF cert clearance, and very soon we are hopeful to launch this. This is a new project for digitizing all the libraries. The board of officer has been completed, and we have realized that we have close to 13.5 crore pages that we need to scan. It will be a huge project. It will continue for maybe 3 to 5 years, but we will prioritize those document scanning for which we are getting more frequently cases. We will ensure that we don't have to convert any document into long roll, so that we can save on that man hour and have the document in digital form to quickly access. As soon as your query lands up, your document will be available to the operator on the click of a button. 121 service centers had already been launched at the various FO stations. Now we have entered into an MOU with HDFC Bank. It is under Project HUC, wherein a large number of such service centers are being created, and it's of information to you that any air veteran also can approach us, and he will be given this opportunity to run this center along with HDFC Bank. Important issues like ECHS has already been covered about the home delivery of medicine, so I will not dwell upon that. And with that, I come to the end. If you have any queries which are generic in nature, which is involving the role of the FOs or the DAV, we are here to answer. But if there are specific queries about an individual, I will request that our help desk is already operational in the foyer. We will also be there. Our officers are also here. Please come and meet us there. Thank you. Any queries of generic nature, we can take on. Thank you. Done?
Good afternoon,
so we
sir.
will meet in the foyer because we are running short of time, and we'll meet in the foyer and of course discuss about this issue.
May I say something, sir?
Thank you so much.
So may I say something?
Thank you very much, SK, for the fruitful and useful information and a lot of modernization and information.
आप फायर में आके मिल
अभी जैसे आपको बताया है एयर कमोडोर SK सर ने, उनका एक हेल्प डेस्क लगाया हुआ फायर में, आप लोग वहाँ जाके उनको मिलिएगा, जो पॉइंट्स हैं, पर्टेनिंग इंडिविजुअल पॉइंट्स हैं, वो भी आप उनको दे सकते हैं वहाँ पर, and then you can give it in writing or let them note down. He has a full team of his officers and men over there. So with this, now we are coming to the end of the part 1 with the AGM. Now we'll take a small break. I want to inform you all that Chief will be here at sharp 1250 hours. So there's a time for 10 minutes break. If you guys want to take a quick break and come back and settle by 1245 positively. Thank you very much. Once again, I'll request please be back at 1245. They will all be